With trading, you can make thousands of dollars in seconds, but most people think placing a trade is where it all ends. In reality, placing a trade is just the beginning. It's the starting point of actually becoming profitable. Because the truth is, the act of trading itself won't make you profitable. Feedback will. Your learning doesn't end when this video stops. It begins with the homework you do after the trades have played out. That's the only way you'll truly know your pros and cons of your strategy. And what's even worse, a lot of traders try to get feedback by backtesting their strategy on TradingView. Now, don't get me wrong, TradingView is great for charting, but for accurate backtesting and real feedback, it's quite limited because TradingView doesn't show you tick by tick data. And if you're new, that basically means your results won't be accurate whatsoever. Here's a quick example to show you what I mean. This is Euro US dollar on the 4-hour time frame, 1400 GMT, which is the exact time I typically trade. Now I've got two charts side by side. On the left is TradingView, on the right is the Forex testing software. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, it's pretty much identical, just the last candlestick over here is a little bit different, which is already an issue you don't want to see. But watch what happens when we switch it to the daily chart, and boom, you get catfished by trading Tinder. The last candlestick is totally different. But why? Because TradingView uses end of day candlestick closures, while the professional trading tool shows you exact market conditions at that specific time. This actually gives you accurate backtesting results, not some fluffy made up ones. And honestly, this is one of many reasons why you need a proper trading tool if you're serious about trading. So this is exactly why I use Forex Tester Online. Personally, for me, there are two main features I love about Forex Tester Online. First, being able to replicate a prop firm challenge. You can select instant funding if you like. I'm gonna choose the custom challenge because I want to replicate FTMO. So if we have a look at FTMO, it says 4 days minimum trading days. That's what we want to put in our Forex Tester. Profit target is 1,000 for a $10,000 account, which is 10%. Max daily loss 5%. Maximum total loss 10% as well. Select your time zone so the candlesticks match perfectly in where you are trading. Then we need to select some currency symbols we would like to backtest our trading on. So maybe Euro USD, maybe USD Japanese yen, maybe even gold, or even GBP Japanese yen. So the last thing we want to do is select a starting date. So I'm gonna choose maybe April 1st. Now we successfully created the project. All we need to do is click the little blue button just over here, and boom, it opens a ton of charts. Don't panic. I don't like clutter charts, like you probably don't as well. So I like closing them myself. Close this, that. There we go. You can even select the chart settings. I already have a template set up, so this is my little settings. I also don't like seeing news at the bottom, so we can just turn this off. There we go. Nice clean chart. Now, if you want to select another currency pair that we chosen, you just go on the left side over here, top left, and you can select USD Japanese yen, gold, or GBP Japanese yen. Click OK. It comes up with a new chart, USD Japanese yen on the 4-hour time frame. If you want to analyze them simultaneously, there's, certain layouts you can use, let's say 3 layouts. But for now, let's stick to backtesting, or I really shouldn't call this backtesting. This is forward testing because we cannot select a bar back. Sorry, forward testing only mode is basically for you to not cheat your own trading strategy. You want to be legit, trade legit, you have to do the work. So we're currently sitting at the start of the month. As you can see, 31st of March, 2022 o'clock. A new candlestick is about to open, but we don't want to trade the Asian session. It's not going to be a great session for me. High spreads. Really, I want to be trading the London and New York trading session. So what you can do is use the jump to feature. So jump to New York, there we go, open session 1300, click OK, boom. So this is the exact time I actually trade. That's where you actually want to backtest. You don't want to backtest random times when let's say you trade the Asian session because maybe you're in Asia, Australia or something. Backtesting London, New York doesn't make sense for you, right? So you have to find what actually works for you. Most people gonna be trading London, New York. So now we can try to place a trade, analyze a little bit. It's very similar to TradingView, just the backtesting is different. Look at this. So there was a nice little trend towards the downside. Had a nice little push, exhaustion, push scenario. Now revisiting a nice area of demand zone. And I believe this is a great area position because a Fibonacci retracement tool is likely, if my experience tells me correctly, yeah, it's on 618 price level, which typically means that it might actually push towards the upside. And we can select our risk to reward tool, stop loss just below the recent wicks. There we go. Something like this is pretty damn good. And what you can do now is place a new order, buy position, lot size, choose whatever lot size you're comfortable with. And then for stop loss and take profit, I never use this feature over here with the numbers. I typically just drag my target profit. There we go. Drag my stop loss. There we go. Place a order. And there we go. We actually placed our trading position. Now, if we start our forward testing, as we can see, look, it moves very slowly. Why? Because it's tick by tick data. The speed is only 5x. We can increase the speed even more just to see whether the trade is actually flopped or not. So what I like about Forex Tester is, of course, the challenge part. So we have tasks 0 out of 4. So we can select trading days, minimum trading days 3. We completed 1 out of 3 days, which is the requirement for FTMO challenge to be passed. Profit target, look at that, 8.84%. We nearly finished our FTMO challenge. Max daily loss, we didn't have one, we didn't lose. Max daily total loss, which is your drawdown. So if it goes below 10%, you will get kicked out and lose your challenge. So this is the best way to practically improve your trading strategy, have the tightest stop losses possible with the widest take profits possible. This is the only current tool that actually will help you improve your strategy dramatically. I promise you that. I used to put stop losses of 80 pips at some point, but now my stop losses are probably 30 pips, 20 pips, something like that, just by using this tool. So trust me, don't underestimate it. It's really good. Now, moving on, there's another important feature, which is automation. You may want to automate your all trading strategy. You might want to have pivot points, Fibonacci confirmations, whatever. You can have that. It's currently in beta. If you click on strategies over here, you can obviously browse a library which has free strategies already, or you can actually upload your own trading strategy. Now let's browse the library. Let me show you some of the strategies. So martingale grid strategy. Martingale is always fun to see because you double up. It's kind of like gambling a little bit. But look at this. Martingale strategy on the 4-hour time frame is selected. If we want to choose a different time frame for any reason, settings, let's do 15 minutes, click apply, and there we go, 15-minute martingale. So now if we play the forward test, let's see how many trades it will actually take with the martingale. I'm very curious to see. There we go, look at it. It's placing a ton of trades at the moment, and of course the automation works, and this is how you can automate your own trading strategy. It doesn't have to be freaking martingale, okay? You can have a proper solid advanced strategy tested for you within a couple of hours. Then you can understand whether your strategy works throughout time or not. And look at that, we just got a message. Congratulations, you have successfully passed your prop firm challenge. We can go back to dashboard or restart. So if we go back to dashboard, we have completed our challenge, 1000, which is 10%. You could have been testing your own strategy this way or tested multiple strategy this way and see which one works best for you. And of course, you can come back to the project and actually review your trades. And if we click on history, we can see the full process, martingale grid strategy, really nice work. But another thing I want to show you is analytics, and this is super cool feature. Honestly, this is gonna make you the best trader, I can guarantee it. Just take a look. If we click on this blue button, analytics, boom, AI analyzes your trades and gives you tips on how to improve. So what did we do good? What did we do bad? Obviously, you need 30 trades for more precise recommendations. I believe the martingale tool placed only 18 trades. So the data is obviously not going to be the best as possible, but you can, place, as many trades as you like. And if you take this seriously, like you should have hundreds of trades. You need to test it properly. So we can move on. Total trades 19, short, long. Net profit, there we go, 1,000. Total trades 19. Total trading days count 3 days. Look at that. It shows the calendar. $884 over here. Massive profit. This is obviously the trade we placed earlier on. And then $51, $64. Very nice indeed. And you can have a full calendars day over here showing your losses and your wins. And you can always review your losses. So let's say you have a loss on 9th of April. You can come back to the charts 9th of April and see whether your stop loss was a little bit tight or was it too big, whether your take profit sucked. Maybe you should have taken your money quicker. And this way, with precision, you can actually become better at trading. None of the other bogus, because inaccurate data is gonna give you inaccurate results, right? What's the use of inaccurate feedback? Nothing. You're lying to yourself. You need something that's accurate, solid, and factually right. Trading is already hard enough, and if you're gonna have screwed up data, trust me, you will never ever be profitable. So going back to our charts, we can do a double strategy. Look at this, 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. Look, I'm gonna draw on the 1 hour. It comes to the 15-minute time frame. Nice little feature I like to see. You can understand different time frames a little bit better. A lot of beginners seems to struggle with this, so highly recommend you try this. But I'm more excited about the automated feature. Browse library, martingale. Look at this. We're gonna apply it one more time. It says the strategy is currently working on that 1 hour time frame. We can click more actions, add to chart, 15-minute time frame. There we go. It's currently working on 1 hour and 15-minute time frame, which is what we want to do. We can close this off and let this run. There we go. Look at the movement. 1 hour time frame moves, 15-minute time frame moves. We can adjust the speed. Of course, we want to make it quicker just to see what the hell's going on. And eventually it's gonna start placing orders. And there we go, start the triggering orders, and look at that. Look how many trades is coming in from the 15-minute time frame to the 1 hour time frame. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna wait for 30 trades just to see what it actually says. And there we go. We can now shut this off. So wow, we had many trades. We had 2 fails. We didn't have too many fails over here. We go back to the analytics. Look at that. Average trade versus trading cost. Consider stronger trade filtering. Trading without stops. Of course, we don't have any stops set up because it's a simple strategy like martingale. We don't need stops. We want to double up every time. Of course, you should use stop loss, especially if you're going to be using your own trading strategy. Since the automated feature is currently in beta, of course, it's not going to have all the strategies. However, they are planning to apply them. So that's going to be exciting. Trust me, I use this tool to improve as a trader. You should too. There's gonna be a link down in the description below, 10% off. Also join my Forex trading group, 7 days free trial. Learn and earn is the saying. Peace out, Lions. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe and goodbye.